You're trying to stay focused, but you don't know what to do, because the more you try to work around things, the more things keep on getting worse. This is why today we'll be talking about how to stay focused when life feels messy. But before I get into that, let me first introduce myself to my newcomers and say, welcome, my name is Olerato, the founder of Dreamers Elevation Network. This is a place where we teach you how to use your skills and your passion and turn them into a profitable business. And for my lovely people who are coming back once again, I say welcome family. Let us dive in together on today's topic. So you wonder what is really happening when now you're struggling to stay focused. Just a little bit of introduction of it is that sometimes it's not that you can't stay focused. It's just that your mind doesn't have the capacity to, absorb every single thing that you're requiring it to do, or to do everything that you're requiring it to do. Thing is, sometimes your mind is full, right? And now that your mind is full, it has to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now your energy, it is scattered, or it has to jump from one thought to another, one task to another, which makes it really hard for it to focus on anything at all. And this is why it's really, really hard for you to stay focused, because it's jumping from one this and this and this and this and this and this and this. But we will dive deep into how you can actually, do that or handle that or solve that problem in the video. Right, so now first let us talk about what is really breaking that focus that you are looking for, or the focus that you have. 1, you are mentally overloaded. You want to do everything all at once, which is very difficult for your brain to process. 2, you are thinking of everything all at once, which is also something that is very difficult for your brain to process. 3, you are struggling or you don't prioritize, right? And that leads you to want to tend to every single thing on your list, of which that is very difficult, because now your brain doesn't know where to focus and where not to focus, and that makes it hard for you to even process any information that you try to read or understand or try to do, right? And so usually when this happens, even simple things become difficult to do. Just very, very simple. Taking a walk now feels like you have to move a mountain, right? So this is why it's very, very important for you to understand that prioritizing is important, but we'll talk deep about that in a few minutes. Since we have now broken down why you're struggling to focus, let us now talk about the mistakes that people usually make when they're experiencing this. 1, they try to fix everything all at once. They try to reorganize all their life. They try to fix all their habits. They're trying to tend to every single task that they feel is an emergency. And so all of this, they keep putting pressure on you. And the more pressure you put on yourself, the more worse your focus is becoming. So now, the most core part of the video is now happening, right? How can you now focus, or what can you do to fix your focus? The first thing is, instead of fixing everything, try to reduce everything. Remember, I kept emphasizing that you're trying to do everything. You're thinking of everything all at once, right? Now, let us reduce everything. The other thing is, prioritize 1 to 2 things that you can do in a day. And when you're prioritizing, just ask yourself, what can I do, or what really needs to be done? What needs my attention urgently? And try to do that only for that particular day. The other thing is, focus on the next step instead of focusing on the whole journey. Focus on the next action or the next step instead of the whole journey. Another thing is breaking down big tasks into small manageable tasks. That's gonna help you because it helps you to be able to achieve that thing instead of feeling like it's too demanding for you to really complete, right? Another thing is remove unnecessary things from your mental loop. from from your mental load, because you don't have to think about everything all at once. Understand? So really, here for you to really get back your focus, you need to understand that less is good. Less is good. More means bad focus, right? So try to do what I just said. But that is not really the end of the video yet, because I'm going to try to share with you what I really suggest for my clients, and they really love this. I also suggest using the next step method. It's very good because instead of focusing on the whole journey, or instead of focusing on the big outcome, now you start to focus on the next small action that you can do to actually achieve that goal that you say you want. The next step, the next action, the next thing that you can do. Example, instead of saying I need to fix my whole life, you say I need to find out what is the next step that I can take in order to make a difference in this thing that I'm struggling with. And there's a big shift there. So I hope you understand that now it's about less and not about more. Understand this. Focus is not about being perfect. It's not about pressure. It's about simplicity. When your things are simple, that's when you'll be able to focus. I hope that makes sense. Write this down somewhere or keep this in your mind. Focus is more based on simplicity rather than pressure. Yes. So now, the other thing that I'll be talking about is how to stay grounded when you're struggling with focus, or when you're trying to be focused. 1, you need to slow down your environment. 2, you need to avoid multitasking. 3, you need to make sure that you prioritize your tasks. 4, you need to take a mental pause. A mental pause, I usually suggest for my clients that they do one self-care day in a week. This is a day where you don't do anything that has to do with your goals or anything. You just focus on doing simple things that you love, resting. It's your cheat day, basically. So this day will help you to be able to pause things in your mind and to not really think a lot. And that will help you so that you can reduce thinking about a lot of things all at once. Another thing is reduce the noise. Reduce social media. Sometimes we feel like we are not too focused, or we feel like we are not doing the right thing only because we see people doing great out there on social media, and now you put yourself in that position, and so that makes you feel like you're a failure, or nothing of yours is happening, or nothing of yours is changing for the better. Now, to wrap up the video, I want you to start taking control of the next hour, the next step, and the next decision. Yes. So only if you do this can you be able to focus, because people feel like for you to focus is to put a lot of pressure on yourself, is to say, I am, fixing my life. I am doing a life reset. And this is a moment now you want to do that overnight. And so I want to alert you that that is going to really put more pressure on you. That is going to even derail you from focusing even more. So try and apply what I just said and tell me if it works. And also in the comments, share with me how you're navigating through the not being able to focus phase, and in the things that are listed that you can try, what is it that you're going to start with? What will be your next step, or what will be your next decision? Yes, do share with me. And if at all this video really helped for you, do press a like and subscribe. It really shows me that I'm putting out content that really helps you, so that is great feedback for me. So yes, I'll see you on my next one.